Hello, everyone. Coming up here on the Pro Wrestling Show. What a show we have for you coming up in history right here. We're going to kick things off with this shocking turn of events. We're going to talk about this. Pat McAfee returns to WWE for the first time since last summer, and he has some vengeance and some scores to settle with. And you won't believe who the scores he's been settling with WWE Champion Cody Rhodes. While he's tangled up in this WWE Championship picture between Cody and challenger Randy Orton, what is Pat McAfee doing, and why Pat McAfee needs to explain himself and why he's doing what he's doing, but he has a good reason. We'll talk about it coming up. Speaking of Cody and Randy Orton, like you said, they will look to spoil the Vipers' homecoming. It's been a turbulent WrestleMania, what we just said, Pat McAfee changing WrestleMania upside down. We'll talk about it coming up. Also, too, the Carnage Race en route to WrestleMania for Jacob Fatu unsanctioned match against Drew McIntyre. These two have been going at each other. We'll see what this is going to lead to. Plus, Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss are set to battle Bayley and Liv Valkyria in a tag team match. We'll see that match coming up. As well as how will Rhea Ripley respond back-to-back attacks from Jade Cargill, Mission, and B-Fab. Jade Cargill found her her new squad. So we'll see that. Plus, Sami Zayn returns to SmackDown as the new U.S. champion after receiving backlash after people wanted to see Sami and Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams all in the mix. We'll get to it coming up. We'll get the Pro Wrestling Show started right here, right now. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this edition of the Pro Wrestling Show. I'm your host, as always, Kendra Dix here. Glad you can join us here on the Pro Wrestling Show. Join in the conversation using the hashtag Pro Wrestling here on the SmackDown Ring Report. Man, I'm telling you, this SmackDown was a little bit stunning. We're going to get to it, but hit that subscribe button so you won't miss a thing. Let's not waste no time whatsoever. Let's already tell you what's going to go down tonight here on SmackDown. Man, you won't believe the action that went down tonight. Let's not waste no time whatsoever. We want to talk about this. What in God's name is Pat McAfee, host of the Pat McAfee Show, a WWE commentator, got to do with this WWE Championship pending match between Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton? Pat McAfee said tonight that he's sick and tired of how the business is and saying that he wants to change it for a new foundation. I don't know why Triple H trying to show that narrative. We love Pat McAfee as a lovable guy, but I knew this side Pat McAfee in NXT, but Pat McAfee now siding with Randy Orton and joining forces with Randy Orton. After Randy Orton kept on beating the holy you-know-what out of Cody Rhodes, punishing Cody Rhodes down before they championship match at WrestleMania. And Pat McAfee was mentioning The Rock, Stone Cold, and saying that Cody is the reason why the business is back. And I think Pat McAfee was trying to talk about guys that's over 6 feet tall and guys that's under 6 feet shouldn't deserve to have being in WWE, but that's not the case. But Pat McAfee attacked Cody Rhodes. Pat McAfee was the mystery caller that Cody Rhodes was talking to. And Pat McAfee's got a lot of grievances going after WWE after we know that Cody Rhodes and lots going on. But like I said, Cody Rhodes really going to have to bring up high gear because he's dealing with Pat McAfee. And Cody Rhodes was supposed to be a guest on the Pat McAfee show. If you recall and remember, Cody Rhodes said that he had scheduling conflicts and decided he couldn't attend the show. But I guess he ain't going to come to the show now after what had happened. So I guess Pat McAfee's saying, you know what, you think you're bigger than me? I'll show you. I'll come to you and show you. So Cody Rhodes came out there after he got his butt kicked by Pat and Randy Orton, saying that he's want to get his hands on Pat. He's going to give Pat his receipt when the time has come. But, you know, Cody Rhodes always been a person that always had his guard down. Sometimes in this world, you think when you're doing so good for people and you're looking out for them and then you think it's reciprocating, that does happen. But I think Randy Orton realizing that Cody Rhodes probably realizing now that Randy Orton ain't nothing what he say he is. You know, it's a cruel world, but Cody Rhodes gonna really have to turn up to high gear if he wants to beat Pat McAfee and Cody and Randy Orton. Cody Rhodes sent this tweet out right here. I want to show you the tweet right quick. Here's what Cody has said, that he apologized for that and he'll like to respond before the show is over. And Cody Rhodes did. He came out there and issued an impassionate speech that he's going to defeat Randy Orton. He's got to go and find them voices in his head that match toe like Cody Rhodes said that Stephanie McMahon encouraged him to do at WrestleMania. And Pat McAfee also sent a message via Twitter on social media saying that if Randy Orton does not win the WWE title, that this is his last time coming into wrestling. I don't know why Pat McAfee got a disdain for wrestling when, you know, you came from the football world, you came from there, and now Pat McAfee showing his true colors, what he's doing. But I don't know if Pat McAfee is like a hype man or Randy Orton's new manager or something like that, corner man or whatever you want to call it. But Pat McAfee really is gonna rule the day that he got his hands into this mess, and he better realize that Cody Rhodes is a person that fight fire with fire. He'll eventually come on back, but Pat McAfee better know what he's doing. I'm telling you right now, Pat McAfee better know what he's doing, and you're messing with Cody Rhodes. I'm telling you that right now. I think Cody Rhodes made it clear to Pat McAfee that whoever, I guess he's talking about the NFL guys and stuff like that, that we'll see. We will see how this will progress between Cody Rhodes, Pat McAfee, and now Randy Orton entwined with his WWE Championship match, and how this is going to move forward, moving the needle. Well, speaking of that, I want to go to this right here. We know that Drew McIntyre sent a message to Jacob Fatu. Drew McIntyre saying he will go through links to do he needs to do to win the WWE, the win the unsanctioned match. He'll have to go places that he never be on go places. So Drew McIntyre and Jacob Fatu doing vignettes, and they're doing vignettes to prepare themselves for WrestleMania. This WrestleMania, to me, is going to be the most intense WrestleMania. Every match you can think of has intensity, and this intensity will be drawn up at WrestleMania. All these matches will show how the intensity move forward, because it's just all been about intensity as of lately. You know, how you put up the high gear, I tell you that right now. Well, we move on to another situation after that there's been some tension going on between Tama Tonga and Solo. Tama Tonga telling Solo, why are we fighting over a lantern when we need to be trying to focus on winning tag team titles? It looks like Solo got offended by it, but Solo chose Tama Tonga to go against Uncle Howdy. Uncle Howdy won his lantern back, which is crazy. I agree with Tama Tonga. Why are they fighting over a lantern when they could be winning titles, winning prestige, winning money? A lantern. Solo trying to turn the MITs to each other, and it looks like Tama Tonga saying he had enough of it, and it looked like the babyface turn is coming for Tama Tonga. It's gonna be eventually they're gonna turn on Tama Tonga. And Tama Tonga gonna turn on. It's gonna be Tama Tonga going on his own. He really don't need Solo, but Solo's trying to go for a lantern, but it really doesn't serve no purpose, which I understand from Tama Tonga's point of view. So get that. Well, we go to this right here. Sami Zayn, the new U.S. champion, was in the ring with his WrestleMania challenger, Trick Williams, along with rapper Lil Yachty, who I know from Bopra and all them other rap songs. But Carmelo Hayes came out there and he took issue to Sami Zayn, saying, Sammy, the crowd wants me to be U.S. champion, but Carmelo Hayes has held that U.S. title down, and now all of a sudden Sami Zayn got the belt, which I I disagree. I wish this would be a triple threat match, but Carmelo's doing his job, which you gotta do your job. But I would have made that match a triple threat match. And now they're trying to ignore Trick Williams, which you could have if you got to add Sam into this match, Carmelo could still be champion and have Trick pin Sammy to get the win, be a transitional pinfall. Well, we saw that tonight as Sammy did go against Sammy gave his word and said that he will put the US title on line against Carmelo and see if Carmelo will be able to become at WrestleMania with the US Championship. Carmelo unsuccessfully couldn't get the job done. Unfortunately, Carmelo took a loss as Trick Williams washed on. It should have been Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams, not Sami Zayn. No offense to Sammy. Sammy saying that he wants to go for the world title. You kind of demote yourself if you ain't taking yourself serious to go for the world title. But Sami Zayn did take a loss by Trick Williams. He's gonna be the next US champion. He's just the transitional champion, and Trick Williams will be the one holding the gold, and then we'll go forward with Carmelo versus Trick, which that's the story right there. If you are renowned about NXT days and stuff like that, so that's the story they're gonna go with. So looking forward to see Trick Williams and Carmelo Hayes after WrestleMania, but Sami Zayn just put it in there as him being a worker and stuff. Well, speaking of that, we see that the tag team titles were on the line as Truth and Damian Priest defend the tag team titles against Miz and Trick, whatever his damn name is, Kit Wilson. He was out there, and it looks like that's when they retained the tag team titles. They did Truth and Damian retain the tag team titles. So it's a lot of tag team action going on, as well as also too Aleister Black defeated Matt Cardona, better known as Zack Ryder. Aleister Black defeated him and got the 1-2-3. Aleister Black looks like he's not gonna have his WrestleMania moment, but he defeated Matt Cardona, which you could call him Zack Ryder, so which is crazy, but he was still labeled as Zack Ryder. He just taking the money and stuff, taking the WWE check. Well, we get to this right here. A reunited and it feels so good between Rhea Ripley and Io Sky. Rhea Ripley and Io Sky back together. Rhea Ripley getting the help from Io Sky at the Io came out there to help Rhea Ripley to fend off Jade Cargill and her baddies. And Jade Cargill will defend the WWE Women's Championship against Rhea at Mania a couple of nights until Jade didn't realize that Io came out there to help save her friend. Io Sky ain't playing. One thing about Io Sky coming out to save Jade. Io Sky coming out there to be the help that Jade needs, and Jade Cargill might have to watch her back with Io Sky. They're coming for those WWE Women's Tag Team titles, which they will do, so good for them. But speaking of that, also too, Charlotte Flair renewing a rivalry with a fellow foe, Bayley. Well, Bayley and Lyra Valkyria will be one half of the tag team against Charlotte and another half, as well as Nia Jax and the Bella Twins and all them will be part of that WrestleMania Women's Tag Team Championship match, a fatal four-way. But the years just before, since Nia Jax and Last Legend cleaning house, that they're going to be defending the tag team titles, coming in at WrestleMania as tag team champions, and perhaps probably leaving out WrestleMania as tag team champions. So it's a lot of stake going on coming up. But this WrestleMania shows me this WrestleMania is going to be all about intensity and raising the bar. And that's what they're going to do. They want to raise the bar and bring intensity to it. So we saw a lot of that. But, tonight was the night that Pat McAfee, of all people, showed up. Let's show that one more time. Pat, please show Pat McAfee right quick. Pat McAfee showing up on SmackDown and attacking Cody Rhodes out of nowhere, Did not see that one coming. Pat McAfee, everybody was naming that it could have been Mr. McMahon, could have been Bob Orton, could have been Ric Flair, but Pat McAfee of all people, Pat McAfee showed up, and now he's aligned himself with Randy Orton, and now Pat McAfee will be Randy Orton's manager at WrestleMania for night one. And I don't know how Pat McAfee, I don't know how he's going to explain himself. Perhaps how Michael Cole's going to look disappointed at Pat McAfee coming up, but this is something new. It's something new for the main roster, but this hasn't been new before. Pat McAfee has done this before in NXT, so we're looking forward to see how Cody Rhodes has said he's going to get his receipt one way or another. We want to shut up Pat McAfee coming up, so Pat McAfee better watch himself. I can tell you that right now from Cody Rhodes what he did. So Cody Rhodes said he's coming for him, and he's coming for him in a big way. So we'll see how that's going to play out. All right, that ends the SmackDown Ring Report. Let's move forward to Wrestling Hot Topics. Wrestling Hot Topics. We want to talk about this right here. Road Dogg made an appearance on a autograph signing, and Road Dogg was saying that he had plans with Chelsea Green, but some up the Triple H and a host of others rejected those ideas. And Cody Rhodes, Road Dogg saying that he had plans in mind, he just pushing resistance. And I think sometimes too people got to realize Road Dogg, that shows on Untold. Road Dogg was trying to something going for truth, but then what? You watch Untold, you kind of get a understanding, and you see how things are different from others. So we'll see what Road Dogg was talking about. Also, too, WWE doing these no fees thing right here. This is a example right here. We see the World Championship match between Reigns and Punk. Fee-free Friday today only. Just to get a ticket for WrestleMania. They got to sell these tickets because it's getting ridiculous as well. But nobody, we'll see if it will move up everything with that. And then they had Pat McAfee as well. Pat McAfee was part of that no fee Friday as well. Pat McAfee RKO everybody. So Pat McAfee, the voice person, the spokesman or the advocate for Randy Orton, showing himself as well. So we'll see how that's gonna go coming up. Well, let's see. CM Punk made some appearance. Like CM Punk's gonna bring back his old gear that he used to wear. So I don't know what CM Punk's gonna do. We'll see what he's gonna do coming up. But you can tell he's right there by that Vegas pyramid or something. I don't know what he's gonna be bringing, but we will have to wait and see about that. But everything is aligned up at WrestleMania and see how all this is gonna play out eventually. But WrestleMania coming to be a little bit more. Everything's lining up. I can tell you that right now. And two, don't forget, Sexy Red will be at Stand Deliver. Don't forget, for Wrestling Show, we have Predict the Outcome for Stand and Deliver and the Stand Deliver review. So everything's gonna be on YouTube. So look forward to seeing that on YouTube tomorrow. Stand Deliver on YouTube, on WWE's YouTube channel, as well as Predict the Wrestling, Predict the Outcome. I said Predict the Wrestling. Yeah, we're gonna be predicting the wrestling, but Predict the Outcome as well as immediately following Stand and Deliver. We'll have the Stand Deliver recap as well. So a lot's going on tomorrow on the Connect TV YouTube channel and our other platforms as well. So looking forward to seeing that as well. As well as this right here. Chef Rollins will open Raw and confront why Gunter attacked him and wants to know why. So we'll see how that's going to play out eventually. So we'll see how that's going to go. But we're going to leave you with Cody Rhodes being attacked from behind by Pat McAfee. He aligned himself with Randy Orton, which is a shocker. So we'll see how all this is going to play out between these three men and how Randy Orton aligned himself with Pat McAfee. They haven't explained it too much, but it was a shocker. It did so tonight. Thank you all for watching this edition of the Pro Wrestling Show presents the SmackDown Ring Report. I've been your host, Kendra Dix, saying so long. We'll see you tomorrow for the Predicted Outcome special, as well as the Stand and Deliver recap here on the Pro Wrestling Show. We'll see you later.